Carl Sagan once said, "The cosmos is also within us. We are made of star stuff." In the beginning, most of the universe was composed of hydrogen and helium. It's the stars themselves that made all the heavier elements that exist and make up everything we know on Earth, and allowed for life to evolve. So your question might be, well, how does this happen? To understand that, we need to know a little bit about how stars work. Stars are powered by a process called fusion. Normally, when hydrogen atoms get close to each other, they repel each other away. But with enough pressure and high enough temperatures, atoms begin to collide and fuse. The pressures and temperatures required for this to happen only occur in stars. There are several types of stars, but we're only going to discuss smaller stars and giant stars, which live short, wild, rock star lives. For 90% of a small-sized star's life, it is fusing hydrogen to helium. This creates an equilibrium of stability that lasts billions of years, but eventually, hydrogen fuel begins to run out. At this point, the star begins to expand, burns off the remainder of its hydrogen reserves, until the energy can no longer sustain it, and the star collapses. This causes the stars to have enough energy in their core to fuse helium. As before, the star runs out of helium, but this time there isn't enough energy for the star to fuse the carbon. At this point, the star will lose all its matter except a white, glowing core. This is called a white dwarf. Carbon is the fundamental element in all organic molecules and is required for life as we know it. However, cooling star remains cool and turns into a black dwarf. When a massive star runs out of hydrogen, the star begins fusing helium, carbon, and many other elements until it fuses iron. Once it starts making iron in its core, the process of fusion starts to require energy to continue rather than producing energy. This causes the core to begin to collapse, and a supernova occurs. An enormous burst of energy sends matter flying out in all directions and leaves behind a black hole. These supernovas create all atoms heavier than iron. It is these elements left over from the stars that were used to form life on Earth. So, as Carl Sagan once said, we are star stuff.